A series with the rival Angels is always a challenge, and add to that their series opening starter, Jared Weaver, is having the best start of his career. Alexi Ogando has battled through his own challenge, a persistent blister that has kept him from making his last start. But Ogando is a go tonight as the Rangers and LA Angels meet on TXA 21's Friday Night Baseball. Oh, for just a little bit of this sunshine when it was 7-0 the last time the Rangers took the field here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. They, of course, were rained out, and that 7-0 lead was washed away with the rain showers. But now it's a perfect night for baseball as another American League West rival comes to town. It's the LA Angels of Anaheim this time, and it's John Radigan here with Tom Grieve at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. They conclude the long homestand with 3 against the Angels, and they send Alexi Ogando out, having missed one start, to try and take care finally of that blister.
Yeah, and hopefully that'll be a smart thing, because if he kept going start to start, it would have been cropping up all year. The Rangers wanted to get rid of it once and for all. They put a artificial nail on there to try to help, and hopefully that'll be the result tonight. He's pitched so well this year. In 4 of his 6 starts, he's given up 1 earned run or less. These are his last 2 starts, 6 innings in both of them. The blister was an issue in each one of them. He says he could have kept pitching, and he probably could. The Rangers played it carefully, played it cautiously, and hopefully he'll be 100% tonight.
Rangers have been erring on the side of caution with several of the minor injuries so far, and hopefully this one will pay some dividends as they send Alexi Ogando out to the mound against that man, Jared Weaver, who won his first 6 games of the year. The good news, if there is any, is that he's not been as good in his last 2. We get you set for the game against him and Ogando. It's time to play ball, y'all, on TXA 21. is the best in Texas by AT&T. By TXU Energy. To find a plan that's right for you, call TXU Energy, the right things right now. And by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, and no blackout dates. And a perfect evening for baseball here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. 73 degrees with a bright sunny sky as the Rangers get set to take on the L.A. Angels of Anaheim. John Radigan with Tom Grieve here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington as we get set for a little fun from right here between two American League West divisional rivals. And you see the lineup cards being exchanged and the ground rules being discussed. Mike Scioscia, the Angels manager, out there even as the Rangers take the field. And we show you the lineup that was just presented by Mike Scioscia. The batting order looks like this. Abar, Abreu, and his tourist. Hunter, Kendrick, and Kayaspo. Hank Conger's the catcher, followed by the other rookie, Trumbo, and Peter Borges in the 9-hole and playing center field. And they are all squared off against this guy, Alexi Ogando. Here's the scouting report.
6 starts couldn't have gone much better. His .217 ERA is terrific. Only 24 hits in 37 innings. The ERA is 6th in the league. 2 or fewer runs in 5 of 6 starts. 1 or fewer in 4 of 6 starts. His opponent's batting average is 2nd in the American League, 4th in Major League Baseball. So it's been a very, very nice transition from late inning bullpen work to the starting rotation. The only thing that set Alexi back has been the blister, and hopefully that's a thing of the past after skipping his last start.
He, of course, had 44 relief appearances a year ago. And now he has moved into the starting rotation, and there has been lots of speculation about whether or not he should stay in the rotation as the pitchers get healthy. But for now, there is nobody healthy enough to even make that decision necessary. And it's time for us to show you the Rangers defense. Outfield, David Murphy, Julio Bourbon, and Mitch Moreland out there. Beltre and Andrews on the left side with Kinsler and Michael Young on the right. It's Yorvi Torrealba behind the plate. And that is what the Rangers defense will look like behind Alexi Ogando tonight. And Alexi Ogando has been very, very good at Rangers Ballpark, both as a relief pitcher and as a starter. Look at the numbers there. 28 career games. He's got a 4-0 record with an ERA of just over 1. That walk to strikeout ratio is great, and the 200 opponent batting average. So Alexi is ready. Eric Ibar set to step in. And we're underway. 75 degrees at the time of the first pitch, 7:08. Feels like we are in Southern California. The Angels call home. And there's a strike from Alexi. None of the Rangers walking with a limp, even though the last game kind of felt like they got kicked in the shins or worse. They had a 7-0 lead on Wednesday when the game got washed away. Wave and a miss by Ibar. It's bad enough to have a 7-0 lead washed away, but when it comes against Gio Gonzalez, you really hate to see it go away. Yeah, and against a division opponent, team that Rangers have struggled against so far this year. Yeah, you hate to lose it against anybody, but under those circumstances, even more. Wow, how about that inside pitch that's swung at and missed? The pitch before that was a nice step for Alexi because it was his splitter, his changeup, that he threw for a strike. And he threw that hard breaking ball down and in and made Ibar, who's hitting .353 in his last 85 at bats, look pretty bad in that at bat. Brings up Bobby Abreu. And that's a first pitch ball to him. Abreu's reached in 32 of his 37 games so far. This is game number 38 for him on the year. Iron man of a player. He takes a strike there. He's played in 150 games in 13 straight years. And it is expected that he'll do it again this year. 150 or more. Just misses with that one. And Abreu's ahead of Alexi, 2-1. That one's fouled out of play.
Well, Alexi's picking up right where he left off in his previous 6 starts, throwing in the mid-90s, mixing in other pitches and throwing strikes. He's only walked 9 batters in 37 innings, well under 3 walks per 9 innings. Wow, where's that pitch?
Just missed apparently, and it runs it full at 3-2. Let's look at it.
Watch the glove. Yeah, he kind of had to bring it back a little bit.
Tiny bit.
That's a sign that it's outside. Although the first pitch that was called a ball could easily have been a strike. That last one a little bit outside.
And that one's fouled back off the window of Chuck Morgan's area, where the beautiful video board is run from. There's Chuck, public address announcer and the master of in-game entertainment here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. And the guy who has seen more pitches than anybody in the American League this year draws a walk. Third hitter is Istúriz for the LA Angels. He's got an 8-game hitting streak going. And there's a first pitch strike from Ogando.
Yeah, I think the questions on Ogando coming out of the bullpen, late inning bullpen work, short stints. Would he be able to have enough of a variety of pitches, or would it be all hard pitches, fastball, hard slider? And would he be able to pitch through the put the out at second base, through the lineup 1, 2, 3, 4 times? Would he be able to throw 100 pitches? Would he be able to pitch deep into ball games? And he's answered all those questions. He's had a good assortment of pitches. He's working on a splitter. The slower slider, more like a curveball that he throws, works as an off-speed pitch. He's thrown a lot of strikes. The only thing that's kept him from pitching even deeper into games has been the blister. But he's gone at least 6 innings in every start. And whatever questions there could have been about him as a starting pitcher, he's answered them.
Yeah, in some ways it's kind of funny. We hear from the announcers from the other teams, and they say, is he just a two-pitch guy, fastball, slider? And often I've heard you explain, well, actually there's really 2 sliders.
Yeah,
it's almost like there's a curveball and a slider.
Right, and that is more than 2 pitches. Technically, he calls it a slider, but when you take something off the slider and it breaks down more, it looks like a curveball. It is a curveball. Just a matter of terminology, I guess. And he's already thrown 1 splitter today, threw that to Ibar for a strike. So he's got plenty of pitches. And his bread and butter is and always will be his fastball. Everything else comes off of that.
Hunter pops this one up in right field. It's slicing down the line. Mitch Moreland over there and can't get it. In foul ground.
And when you haven't played corner outfield in this field very much, as you come past the foul line, there's not much room between the foul line and the wall, and that wall is kind of ominous as you run toward it. And I think that threw Mitch off a little bit right here. He gets to the ball, he's thinking about the wall, and just let the ball go off the end of his glove.
So it's 1-1 to Torrey Hunter.
See if that's ruled an error.
So far, not. Torrey makes his off-season home here in North Texas. Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Originally. It's a little high for a ball from Alexi. Torrey had all those great years with the Twins, including 2008 when he played 160 games with the Twins. That was his last year in Minnesota before free agency took him to Southern California. Swing and a miss. Foul tip, actually, and it makes it 2-2. Gets him swinging. Alexi Ogando with 95-mile-an-hour heat to end the top of the first inning. Here come the Ranger bats against Weaver. The Angels, and here's the Rangers lineup. It's that batting order that Ron Washington began trying a couple of games ago. It worked on Tuesday night. It was working Wednesday, and here it is again. Bourbon, Andrus, Kinsler, and Young. Moreland, Beltre, Murphy, Napoli, and Jorvik Torrealba down there in the 9-hole at the catcher position. And they will square off against Jared Weaver. Here's the scouting report on the ace of the Angels.
Well, he's the ace of the Angels, and he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's earned the right to be called that after the last few years and the way he's pitched. The start he's off to this year, 1.87 ERA, pretty much speaks for itself. Only a .260 opponent slugging percentage. He has given up 7 earned runs in his last 2 starts. He gave up 5 in his previous 6 starts. He was off to a 6-0, 0.99 ERA start. He's lost his last 2 starts, but he always seems to be tough against the Rangers. 8-4, 3.27 ERA in 21 career starts against the Rangers. He's won his last 3 starts. His last start was here on the 20th of April. That was a complete game. 1 run, no walks, 8 strikeouts.
This one's coming back towards us. Right at the press box. Foul by Julio Bourbon. And then lands down there in the club level. Great night for baseball. And we're expecting a great crowd here at Rangers Ballpark tonight for the game and then the post-game fireworks.
Well, John, you're talking about the tough game the Rangers had the other day. 7-0 lead against Gio Gonzalez. Mitch had a grand slam. Matt Harrison was pitching well. Good fastball. Great location with that fastball. It's tough to not get a win in that game. The Angels had a fairly weird game themselves. They lost a game when their pitcher, Kevin Jepson, was trying to walk a batter intentionally, threw it over the catcher's head for the winning run.
That had Mike Scioscia scratching his head.
Both the Angels and the Rangers had tough games in their last time out.
Yeah, they both like to forget those last ones.
Barbone's not an easy guy to strike out.
Elvis Andrus turns on this one, hits it towards left field, but deep and gone. A home run for Elvis Andrus. It just clears the wall. Looked like Howie Kendrick had a beat on it, but no, it got over his head and over the wall. And it's Elvis's second home run of the year.
Well, Elvis doesn't hit a lot of home runs even in batting practice, but he hit one today in batting practice, and he was swinging the bat really well. And I'm sure Weaver feels more comfortable starting him off with a fastball because home run is not necessarily in the cards, but he got it right down the middle of the plate, and you could tell by the look on Weaver's face he knows this ball has a chance. He didn't watch it. He stared down at the ground because he knew it was hit well.
367 feet as it just gets over the out-of-town scoreboard and left. And right down the line here, you see, bounces against some of the mechanical stuff back there and comes back into the field to play. Now comes a string of 3 straight batters, each of whom has 2 homers in their career against Weaver. And there aren't a lot of guys who can say that, but Ian Kinsler's one of them. Elvis Andrus can now say he has 1 homer against Jared Weaver. And the Rangers can say they've got a 1-0 lead, and this batting order continues to pay some dividends. Ian hits this one in the air. It's toward the gap in left center field. Not quite as deep, though, and Borges rages over to make the play.
Yeah, that Elvis's went 367 feet. That one went about 380 feet, just to the wrong part of the ballpark. Thought coming off the bat that one had a chance too. Deep part of the ballpark, and the flags are blowing slightly out, so you're not going to have the jet stream effect, at least early in the game. And the jet stream effect is usually from center field over toward right center. That ball was hit pretty well by Ian.
And how much fun is Elvis having down there, consoling others? Oh, too bad it didn't go out.
Yeah, too bad Ian's not quite strong enough, Elvis is saying.
Yeah.
Elvis takes a little bit of flack around the batting cage when everyone else is bombing him out of the ballpark and he's hitting his line drives. But worst thing Elvis could do is try to hit home runs. That's not his game right now. Every now and then you'll get out in front of one, get the right trajectory, hit it just right, and hit a home run, but that's the last thing he wants to be thinking about at the plate.
And as we learned when Michael Young had a chance to hit a home run, all he had to do was hit a home run to hit for the cycle the other night. That's about the last thing Michael Young's ever thinking about out there either. He says, look, when I try to hit home runs, I don't hit them. So I was just trying to put a good swing on the ball. As it turns out, he walked in that last at bat. Michael's a good one to follow in that regard. And he's ahead of Weaver 3-1. Over the head of a leaping Ibar and into left field. Michael Young is on.
Well, that's jumping out a high fastball there. That ball wasn't a strike. Michael's a very good high fastball hitter. And this kind of taking that to an extreme. Trying to throw it down. It's way up and out of the strike zone. Michael gets on top of it and slams it right over shortstop.
Second hit of the inning for the Rangers. Ibar just mistimed it a little bit. And it brings up Mitch Moreland. Another guy who has 2 home runs against Jared Weaver. In fact, Mitch had 2 in the same game. How about Michael Young? That's his 52nd hit of the season. That has him first in the American League, second in doubles. The 28 RBI has him tied for second, and the average is 4th in the league. And Michael is the first baseman in Ron Washington's order tonight.
And the reason Michael is so high in RBIs, he's hitting .528 with men in scoring position. Most of the guys in the top 10 in RBIs as the season goes on will have a significant number of home runs, which play a huge part in getting those RBIs. That's not the case with Michael. Michael's doing it with hit after hit after hit.
Fouled by Moreland. That makes it 2 balls and a strike. Mitch has reached in 27 of his 30 games. And his .329 average, .329 against right-handed pitchers, is 6th in the American League. Mitch had that grand slam erased the other day. That came against a lefty, his first regular season homer against a lefty, and that's played by Torres nicely, and that'll end it for the Rangers. But they get a run off Weaver, with Elvis taking him deep on a first pitch fastball, and the Rangers take a 1-0 lead. We're through 1. Second inning on tap. Rangers lead 1-0 as we welcome Julie Dobbs to the show.
Thank you, John. I'm up here in the TXA 21 and Texas Rangers Foundation Community Corner. And TXA 21 and the Texas Rangers want to make you aware of a great organization that they've teamed up with in the American Diabetes Association. Their Camp Aurora is a day camp in Fort Worth for children with diabetes. Under the close eye of counselors and nurses, kids will enjoy traditional summer camp activities including swimming, fishing, horseback riding, and canoeing. But at this week-long camp, kids are taught how to count their carbs, monitor their blood sugar, and manage their disease. But perhaps most importantly, they learn to live with that life with diabetes can still be fun. The application deadline for this year's camp is June 10th. John, we'll send it back to you.
Julie, thank you very much. Sounds like a great camp and a great cause. And we appreciate all the people who work so hard to help those kiddos manage that. Ogando back out there for the second inning after an 18-pitch first inning, and hard to imagine that an 11-strike, 7-ball first inning wasn't good, but for Alexi, it's more than normal as he induces a ground ball to Ian there. And he gets Kendrick.
Yeah, it really was Bobby Abreu that got that number up as high as it was.
The walk to Abreu, he probably saw 6, 8 or 9 pitches.
7, yeah,
7 pitches.
Fritz Dykert was just telling me it was 7 pitch at bat, and normally Alexei's only averaged 15.3 pitches per inning thus far. There's Fritz. There he is. He didn't want any camera time, but hey, he's over there doing his job, helping us with the statistics, and we appreciate it. Callaspo now a .333 road hitter. And this Angels team has been better on the road than at home this year. 12-7 record away from home. They're just a game under 500 in Southern California at 9-10.
Yeah, their numbers are amazing. How different they are. 25 home runs on the road, 7 at home.
Yeah. One of only 2 American League teams with a better road record than their record in the home ballpark. And one of only 2 with a winning overall record, but a losing record at home. The other is Tampa Bay. That stings. Tom Hallion, the home plate umpire, takes it right off the mask.
I think when you get a pitch like that, it's got to be a surprise. You don't expect to get a pitch. Foul tip, you see the batter swing, and I guess you might anticipate a little bit. But to hit him right there, the mask must have moved in a way that caught him in the nose and the upper lip.
Yeah, like he's battling kind of a fat lip feeling. And the rest of the umpiring crew comes in to check on him, as did Jamie Reed. That's the Rangers head trainer.
Nice. Our fans gave the umpire a hand.
Watch how it goes. I believe it goes right off Jorvic's glove. Yeah, and then just caught him square flush right between the eyes. Mask or no mask, this cannot be a comfortable feeling.
Well, one thing for sure, without the mask, it wouldn't have been comfortable.
Ooh, man, glad they've got the armor. Payoff pitch. Ian has it. It's factored in both of the outs here in the second inning, and it's Hank Conger's turn.
Hank Conger was pretty impressive last time the Angels were in town, a while back. He takes a healthy swing. Looks like a good defensive catcher. In fact, they got a good catcher of the future right here. Jeff Mathis is a solid catcher as well, so he's splitting time with Mathis. Conger was a high draft choice, probably their catcher of the future. Looks like a good one.
Made Mike Napoli expendable, and that's worked out well for the Rangers. Now it's 1-1 to Conger. He went to high school in Huntington Beach, California.
Alexei's already thrown percentage-wise more changeups today than in most of his starts. Really trying to make that part of his repertoire.
Grounded toward first. Michael Young has it, makes the play. It's a fair ball. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Alexei Ogando. Take another look at it as it stays fair, and Michael makes the play at first. And it's 1-0 Texas, headed to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Rangers with the lead over the Angels, and there's a pretty good crowd here. We're expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of 45,000, and you see lots of them young, enjoying baseball in their formative years. And they're seeing a pretty good pitchers matchup here anyway, and so far so good for a couple of really good ones. Jared Weaver against Adrian Beltre. Adrian now in his 3rd straight start as the 6th place hitter after starting all the previous games this year in the cleanup spot.
He's the only guy I've ever seen do what he does on a close pitch where he checks his swing. He wants the home plate umpire to ask for help before he calls it a strike. He's asking for help. Usually it's the catcher that wants to confirm that a pitch was a strike when it wasn't called. Adrian checks his swing as if to say, don't call that a strike till you check with the first base umpire. I didn't swing. Confirm it with him first.
I didn't swing, and it was clearly out of the strike zone. That one's sliced, foul, but in play, and there to make it is Mark Trumbo. So it's the first out of the inning, and it'll bring up David Murphy.
I'm going call early right here.
Wow. I like it. Murph's hit safely in 10 of his last 12. And 21 of 30 overall. And there's a good dad teaching his son how to keep score. Looks like Dad got to go to the Masters too, so good for him. Or maybe a friend of Dad's went to the Masters, but he had a shirt from Augusta National on. That one's high for a ball. There's your home run hitter. There's your big stick, Elvis Andrus. He had a home run in the 1st inning. That one gets away from Conger, and it's 2-2. Stake the Rangers to a 1-0 lead with that ball that just got over the wall. And here comes the 2-2 to Murph. Strike 3 called.
Dropped a changeup in there for a strike. David thought it was inside, but it caught the corner. Good pitch, according to our pitch tracks.
Brings up Mike Napoli, the former Angels catcher, who has many times in his career caught any number of these Angels pitchers, including Jared Weaver. And he slices that one foul. And I asked Mike about catching Weaver today, and he says it's the easiest guy he's ever caught. And he said it's simple. It's because he can command so many pitches. He said you can do something different. Every time a guy comes up to the plate, you can approach him completely different because Weaver can command anything you want him to. This one's grounded to 3rd. Callaspo has it. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Weaver. Rangers still lead it. It's 1-0 Texas. We are headed to the 3rd inning. And by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Looks like a lot of people have grabbed some buddies and came on out to the ballpark tonight. And some buds, for that matter. And what a night to be here. Perfect weather. And a Rangers team that is hopefully finding its offensive way after a bit of a malaise. The Rangers have been swinging the bats a little bit better, including in that game that got washed away by rain. Alexi Ogando to the 8 and 9 hitters here to start things off in the bottom of the third inning. Trumbo first, who was the Angels minor league player of the year last season. He pops this one up, foul, and out of play.
Been a very interesting day in the sweets department, John.
Yeah.
Got a few things to report to you. First of all, Shirley Coast,
of course,
cookie
the cookie lady. Yep.
Checked in with chocolate chips and snickerdoodles. Always a hit up here.
Huge hit.
I want to thank Kathy Baker and Christian Faith Fellowship for a delicious batch of cookies. Becky and Tim Farrell, Bedford, Texas. Strawberry cake balls. Big hit up here. They brought Becky's mom to the game today. She's a big Ranger fan. And then the interesting ones. These are from Kim Brown. She greets us again from the Chocolate for the Soul Festival. Last year she sent up some chocolate chili bites, chocolate baklava, and cocoa bourbon bumps. This year,
swing and a miss to
she
run
took
it full.
To a new level. Chocolate covered bacon and chocolate covered pork rinds.
Wow.
Something we've never had up here before.
That bacon, I guarantee you, if she'd put ranch dressing on that bacon, that would be the three perfect foods: bacon, chocolate, and ranch dressing. That was great.
Well, I took the chocolate covered bacon through the press box. That's my social experiment about once a homestand.
Yeah.
Just to see how the guys, the Knights of the Keyboard, would like that kind of stuff. Got a lot of groans. Chocolate covered bacon. And halfway through the press box, it was gone.
I guarantee you, if you'd thrown it up in the air and just let it land on the floor, they would have dove on it like pigeons in there. Look at those guys.
Well, we all tried it, and it was good.
It was delicious, I'm telling you.
That's the Chocolate for the Soul Festival.
Very good. I haven't had one of the chocolate-covered pork rinds yet, but the night is young.
Bruce Harmon tried one. Bouvet says they're pretty good. Says they taste like Rice Krispie treats.
Okay, well, I'm all over it then. The night is young.
Long at bat for Trumbo right here, who's hanging in there. He's seen a little bit of everything. Off speed, fastballs.
There's the 8th pitch. He got him.
Couldn't lay off the high fastball.
First out of the inning brings up the 9th place hitter. That's Peter Borges. Just off the strike zone, but no way you can lay off it. And Alexi takes something off that one. Misses with a 77-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah, Borges in his brief career has been tough on the Rangers.
Boy, has he ever.
Good breaking ball. That's the one he calls his slow slider, which really, if you've never heard what Alexi calls that pitch, you'd call it a curveball. That one's a little slower than the hard slider that he throws and breaks a little bit more.
Swing and a miss by Borges there. 14 pitch second inning for Alexi after tossing 18 in that first inning. And there you see those numbers against Texas. Wow, got him.
Well, you go up there and you know the guy's throwing 95 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden he breaks off 3 breaking balls, 1, 2, 3, and gets the strikeout. That's pretty impressive.
4 strikeouts on the night now for Alexi Ogando. 2 in the first inning, and now back-to-back strikeouts here in the third.
I really think starting has allowed him to work on his other pitches other than his fastball more than a late inning bullpen role. And he's a better pitcher now than he was at any time last year as a setup reliever, just because he's got more ways to get you. It's not just fastball, hard slider. It's that slower breaking ball as well as a changeup splitter that he's working on. He's a complete pitcher right now.
He got Ibar on strikes the first time, and he's ahead of him. No balls and a strike here. In the air toward right. Moreland going back, and it's gone. Home run for Ibar will even things up at 1-1.
First home run for Ibar, and probably the only pitch that he's going to hit out of the ballpark is a ball down and in. It was a fastball, and he got a good piece of it. He was trying to throw it down and away, a pitch he'll never hit out of the ballpark. Instead, it comes back middle of the plate on the inside part, and that is a pitch. If he hits it right, he can hit it out. You can throw one down and away and hit it as well as he wants forever and not hit a home run.
As it was, it got about 3 rows deep out there. And it's 1-1. Now it's Abreu again. He had a walk in the first inning.
Alexei gave up 1 run in his last start in Seattle. That was the only run at that time that didn't score against him this year on a home run. And he continues that trend with the 1 run today being on a home run. Giving up 10 runs now. And 9 of them have been on home runs.
The 1-2 to Abreu, grounded toward Ian on a hop. He plays it on the outfield grass, and they get Abreu. But the Angels get a run, a home run by Eric Ibar, and it's 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. One to one, Dr. Pepper brings you a great deal for Rangers home games in May. Upper level tickets for only $10, or Lexus Club Terrace tickets for $15. Bring any Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper can to Rangers Ballpark, or enter Dr. Pepper as the coupon code on TexasRangers.com. Your Victorialba now against Weaver. And he slices this one toward right center field. Borges, and actually it's Hunter who comes over to make the play as they were both ranging towards it. And it's a 1-pitch out to start things in the third.
I think, John, if you're going to say this game would be 1-1, each team would hit a home run. probably wouldn't pick the two shortstops as the two guys that hit the home run, would you?
Those are not your normal power producers.
But they each got a pitch that they could handle and put a good swing on it.
And if we're measuring, Elvis was longer, 367 to 361. So
yep.
We've got him by 6 feet. Julio Bourbon, 10-game hitting streak. He turned it into an 11-game streak and then had that washed away by the rainout. Take a look at our Ford leaderboard tonight, and we'll show you the opponent on-base percentage. And you see there, we've got a couple of the top 5 in the game right now, in the American League right now, tonight, and another one tomorrow with Herron, who's leading that category at 224. Another one fouled back over the screen. Lexi Ogando missed a start trying to heal that blister.
That's the pitch he struck him out on right there. That time Julio was able to take it.
Makes it 2-2. Piece of that one. We'll keep things at 2-2.
Yeah, with Vernon Wells on the disabled list now, Howie Kendrick, normally their regular second baseman, is playing left field. That gives both Ibar and his tourists a chance to play middle infield positions.
Yeah, for Kendrick, today's only his 3rd game in the outfield in his big league career.
And both Ibar and his tourists are hitting well over 300. So keeping them in the lineup is positive for the Angels.
Julio pulls that one foul.
Kendrick has played some first base in the past. Very good at second base. Hasn't made an error at second base yet this year.
Julio doing a good job of working Weaver here. The 8th pitch on the way. And he got him on strikes. Second strikeout of Julio Bourbon on the night. But you do have to give him credit. Trying to drive that pitch count up. Here comes Elvis. And that's strike one. He hit the first pitch just over the wall and left last time up to give the Rangers a 1-0 lead.
And Weaver's come back with 2 fastballs, both on the outside corner. Not going to make the same mistake again. A little more careful with the location of those pitches. Although Elvis didn't look at him as being in the strike zone. First one was, second one was just about.
And that one just misses. Elvis with 14 RBI on the season now. Has him 3rd among American League shortstops. That misses away, and it's 2-2. Rangers haven't played in Southern California yet this year. This is the Angels' 2nd trip here. They won that first series 2-1.
That's a tough one to lay off right there. That was a very tempting slider that didn't miss by much. Good job.
And it's a full count to Elvis Andrus. The pitch from Weaver. Grounded to 3rd. Callaspo has it. And that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Rangers in the 3rd. We're tied at 1 as Alexi comes back out for the 4th. Hey, it's time for our AT&T trivia question, and we want to know what city had the first known written ordinance referring to baseball? Got to figure it's someplace in the original 13 colonies, right? It's an old northeast city? I don't know. It's the only hint I'll give you. Answer for you coming up to the AT&T trivia question next half inning. Here's his Taurus. Facing Alexi Ogando here to start the 4th inning. Eight-game hitting streak on the line for his Taurus. Tom told you about his average being up there. Got 3 homers, 12 runs batted in. In there for a strike from Alexi. As you look at the pitch totals for he and Weaver, it begins to remind you a little bit of when he squared off against Justin Verlander. Alexi's matching Weaver pitch for pitch. Through 3, Alexi had 49 pitches, Weaver 47. Alexi 31 strikes and Weaver 30. Foul ball, 2-2. There you see some of the crowd enjoying what might just be a chilly night before it's all said and done. It was 75 degrees at the start of this one. Down to 72 now. And this one's popped up foul. Over to make the play is Adrian Beltre. And we say hello to Julie Dobbs again.
Hey, John, I'm here with Claude Osteen, and he threw out the first pitch tonight, and he's here because it's the 50th anniversary of this Rangers franchise. And he was on the 1961 Washington Senators team. I'm sure there's a whole lot of things you could talk to us about, but just tell me a little bit about how much things have changed since then when you were a player.
Oh, quite a lot, quite a lot. First of all, the stadium is filled, and players are much better than they were when we played. I think they're better conditioned overall, and it's just a more exciting game now, I think.
And he spent 15 years also as a pitching coach in this league. He spent 2 years with the Texas Rangers as a pitching coach. So I want to ask you what you think of Alexi Ogando's performance so far tonight. You know, he is coming off that injury.
Well, I like the way he's throwing the ball. We've all had problems with blisters on our pitching fingers, and so far he looks very good.
Well, Claude, I want to wish you guys a great time tonight. He's here with his whole entire family. He's 10 people, all his grandchildren. Everyone say hi. All right, well, y'all have fun. Have fun tonight. John, we'll send it back to you.
Julie, thank you very much. Claude, great to see you. He threw a nice pitch out there as you saw Elvis make the play there. But the Rangers and Angels both celebrating 50 years as the expansion teams. And there's the pitch from Claude.
I hit a home run one time off Claude Osteen in Chicago that a fan reached over. Clearly wasn't a home run. And Claude never let me forget about that.
No kidding. Were you general manager when he was
pitching coach? Yeah. He was pitching coach when Kevin Kennedy was the manager. I've golfed a lot with Claude. He's a great guy.
He still lives around here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I thought he did.
I think he golfs over at Rolling Hills. I think that's his course.
Well, it's great to see him here and celebrate 50 years as a franchise, both these franchises. Another one to Elvis. And another quick inning for Alexi Ogando. 1-2-3 go the Angels. And we're tied at 1 in the middle of the 4th. Well, it's time for us to answer that AT&T trivia question. And we asked what city had the first known ordinance for baseball. It was actually Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Tom Grieve.
I knew that.
You did?
Yep.
And you know what that ordinance was all about? There it is, written in longhand. Written by, it looks like somebody with a quill.
Actually, I went back for a celebration in Pittsfield a couple of years ago because that was, at that time, the first mention of baseball. So you hear of Abner Doubleday and Cooperstown and all those places.
Fair ball. Ian Kinsler starts things off here in the 4th inning with a stand-up double.
And it was called the first pitch celebration. They were going to raise money for a big monument and really celebrate Pittsfield as the birthplace of baseball. All my friends were there. One of my friends is the mayor. And then as they were about several months into this program, another city, I think it's in Ohio, came up with some kind of an artifact that showed that they were actually the first city to mention baseball. Pittsfield got aced out of the equation.
Well, apparently the bylaw prohibited the playing of wicket, cricket, baseball, bat ball, football, which we're thinking is probably soccer, cat, fives, or any other game with a ball within 80 yards of a new church in Pittsfield. And that ordinance was written in 1791.
Wow.
Known as the Baseball Ordinance. So I don't know what those Ohio people were doing.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if it was Ohio.
Yeah, well,
but it never really got off the ground because someone else came up with an earlier place.
I think they just heard what Pittsfield was doing and wanted to beat you to the punch.
They were jealous.
Yeah. And they were worried about breaking the windows at that church, by the way. That's why no games were allowed to be played there. It wasn't, you know, reverence or anything like that. They just didn't want to get those stained glass windows busted out of there. Pragmatic reason for the ordinance.
Nice play by Conger. How did he catch that ball? He didn't backhand it, he scooped it.
Twisted his wrist, it looked like, as he did, too. Maybe because of the spin on the ball off the ground.
For that to stick in his glove is pretty amazing.
Two balls and a strike to Michael Young. And he slices this one down the right field line. In the corner for a base hit. Rounding third and headed for home is Ian Kinsler. Rangers break the 1-1 tie on the RBI double by Michael Young.
He just raised his average with men in scoring position from 520 to who knows what, 530.
29th RBI on the year for Michael.
Another high fastball, another rope.
And it finds the corner just inside the foul line. And brings Ian Kinsler home. Now Young's at second. Moreland's at the plate in a big wave and a miss. Jared Weaver had only one multi-home run game last year, and that was Mitch Moreland's game on October the 1st. So we got all the way to the end of the year. Mitch hit two off of him on 10-1-10, and it was the only game all year in which Weaver allowed a couple of home runs. Appeal to third. Mitch didn't go. He was just trying to get out of the way. Ball and 2 strikes.
Good call.
That one misses and evens it up at 2-2. Mitch lined out to second his first time up as Torres made the play. And this one's grounded to first.
That'll move the runner to third, so good job.
Should call it productive out there as Young moves on to third base. And Mitch will take some congratulations in the dugout.
And Scioscia's telling the infield where to play, how far in, how far back. Got the shortstop and the second baseman in on the grass. Third baseman and the first baseman just about even with the bag.
For Adrian Beltre, who turns on the first pitch but pulls it foul. Had a home run on Tuesday night. Adrian did, his first in 16 games. He gets a piece of that one to make it 0-2. That guy accounted for the first Rangers run. Elvis Andrus with a home run in the first inning. Rangers have added a run here in the fourth. Adrian goes down swinging. They got a chance to hang a crooked number here with a runner at third base. That's Michael Young after he doubled. Back-to-back doubles started off this inning for the Rangers. Kinsler and Young. And now here's Murph.
Adrian's a free swinger. And I think in that particular at bat, Weaver took advantage of that by keeping the ball out of the strike zone. Got Adrian to swing anyway.
Strike called to David. Makes it 0-2. And he fouls that one off. David had a couple of walks in that Wednesday game. They were washed out. And he fouls that one off. It stays 0-2. He's got 5 homers and 16 runs batted in against the Angels in his career. And that one misses. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch from Weaver. Grounded right back to him. And he makes the play. But the Rangers take the lead with back-to-back doubles to lead off the fourth. Kinsler and Young get it done, and the Rangers lead it 2-1. FordCityToyota.com and by Whataburger, just like you like it. And we start the 5th inning now. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 man against Alexi Ogando. First of those being Kai Aspo. Michael Young with a double. His last 5 at-bats, official at-bats, Michael has reached in all of them. Single, double, triple, walk, single, double.
Good changeup right there by Ogando. I believe that's the splitter. That's just the grip he uses to make the ball go slower. Gets a little bit of movement on it too. It drops.
Another strike.
Follows it up with a well-located fastball.
Callaspo's got 11 hits and 8 runs batted in his last 7 games. He lined out to second base his first time up. And now he's behind Alexi. Ball and 2 strikes. Through 4 innings, Alexi's doing a better job in the pitch count department than Weaver. 62 to 68. Jared needed 21 pitches in the 4th. Stays away with him. And that makes it full. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kai Aspo. This one has popped up.
3-2 curveball.
Easy play for Beltre. And it's the first out of the 5th inning. Really nice crowd here on a beautiful night for baseball.
What do we think? Around 45,000?
Yeah, we were thinking 45. It might be a little more.
Yeah, it might be a little more than that.
Yeah.
Great crowd.
Must have had a good walk up today, which is not that surprising given the weather and the circumstances. This one's sawed off and into shallow center field. Conger's on with a 1-out single. And here comes Trumbo. Pretty much leading every offensive category among rookies. 6 home runs, 30 hits. Both first among rookies in the American League. Outside for a ball there. Trumbo will see pretty much all the action now, as Kendrys Morales has elected to have surgery, a second surgery on that ankle that he broke last May 29th, celebrating a walk-off grand slam. Foul.
Yeah, it's one thing to twist your ankle and maybe go on the disabled list, but to have something that serious happen that way, that's just remarkably bad luck.
It really is.
For the Angels, and especially for him. Right on the verge of establishing himself as one of the really nice power hitters in the American League.
And it got him. He's going to take his base. Like he dodged out of the way of it, but it's officially a hit by pitch. And it brings up Peter Borges.
Just hit his uniform.
Yep.
Never touched him, but as he leaned back, the uniform bunched up in the front and just caught it a little bit.
Barely glances the fabric. That's the way to get hit, I guess, if you're going to get hit. That one doesn't hurt. And now it's Borges. Struck out the first time up. This is a guy with 5 bunt hits already, first in all of baseball. But that one's high, and he's ahead of Alexi, 1-0. He's also got 10 infield hits, which ties him for first in both leagues. Grounded toward Elvis. 1-2. And that'll do it. Great play by Elvis. And the Angels are out. And the Rangers still lead it 2-1. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Texas Rangers baseball on TXA 21 is brought to you by Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com today. Toyota, moving forward. Here comes Mike Napoli as we start things off. Bottom of the 5th inning. And near the bottom of the order for the Rangers. He's in the 8 hole today. Ron Washington's new batting order. And here you see it's Kevin Harmon, the Rangers assistant trainer, Andres Blanco, and Mike Maddox taking a look at the finger of Ogando. He's actually just working on it with nail clippers. So,
well, Nolan was talking about that, how important it is to be able to kind of manicure it to keep it from getting worse.
Yeah, Nolan said he used to use a surgical scalpel to kind of shave the skin right down to, if I understood Nolan correctly, sort of that last layer of skin, and for him that worked out just fine.
Yeah, it seems like you'd want more skin on top of it to protect it.
Yeah. Big swing and a miss from Napoli there. And it runs it full to 3-2. 75 pitches so far for Alexi. Mike got a piece of that one. He's thrown 45 strikes and 30 balls at this point. And while we saw him working on the finger over there, it was nice to see that it's not like he was wincing in pain or anything. He just seemed to be sort of matter-of-factly working on it. The payoff pitch.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a high tolerance for pain, because in all the games where the Rangers took him out, he acted like he wanted to stay in the game. They were taking him out as a precautionary thing.
Socha's not so sure about that call, but as it is, Mike Napoli draws his 8th walk in the last 9 starts. '18th walk of the year for Mike. He's second on the team in free passes. Now his old buddy Weaver chases him back to
careful,
first.
Mike.
Yeah, yeah, you don't want to take too big a lead.
I don't think you're stealing, so
yeah,
don't make it too close over there.
Here's Jorvit.
A hit and run wouldn't be out of the question. Ron will try that with anybody. And there it is.
There it is. And because they were hit and running, no double play. Good call, Ron. Runners at second. And it's the top of the order dude.
And when you're the base runner on a hit and run, you're not trying to get the biggest jump you can get to try to steal the base. You want to get a good jump. You definitely don't want to get picked off, but the pressure is on the hitter to put the ball in play.
And Jorvit did a good job going out and getting that pitch.
Yeah,
that
wasn't an easy one.
No. Of the 77 pitches that Weaver has thrown, Julio Bourbon's now seen 14 of them. 5 pitches in his first at-bat, 8 in his second at-bat, and he's seen 1 here. It's a ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss to even it up at 1-1. Julio's doing well with runners in scoring position. 474 for him on the year. And his overall average is 362 in the last 16 games. Diving back is Napoli. Prior to this year, spent his entire career in the Angels organization. He's got no shortage of buddies over there. The 1-1 to Bourbon. Fouled back.
Weaver's the kind of guy. Weaver's got good control. He won't walk many, but he'll throw a lot of pitches outside the strike zone if he senses you'll expand the zone yourself as a hitter. That's what he did to Beltre, and that's what he's doing to Bourbon right here.
Got him. Julio thought it was inside, but it's a called third strike.
Last 2 innings, he's been tough when he's had men in scoring position.
Yeah.
Moreland grounded to first to move Michael to third. He struck out Beltre, got David to tap back to the mound, get a man on second. Then he struck out Bourbon, trying to get Elvis again. Shut down a rally. 3 times he's gotten Julio.
Yeah, all on strikes. Julio's got a 10-game hit streak on the line. Next time up, here comes Elvis. Elvis accounted for one of those 2 Rangers runs, a home run in the first inning on the first pitch he saw from Weaver. And we take a look back at it. First inning. First pitch to the second batter. And Elvis just clears the wall with his second home run of the year.
And Elvis is doing a good job. Some of the hitters have swung at pitches out of the strike zone to get behind in the count. Elvis has been able to lay off all 3 pitches. Now it's 3-0. Not going to swing at a bad pitch.
That one's in there. Take is on him. It's 3-1. 84 pitches on the night now for Weaver. And this one's up the middle for a base hit. Rounding third and headed for home is Napoli. Throw is not in time. Sliding safely. Mike Napoli as Elvis Andrus comes through in the clutch again.
That's just a good at bat. One of the younger hitters, but he laid off the tough pitches, the borderline pitches, the breaking balls, just a little bit down and away. You swing at those pitches, you get behind in the count, and then against a guy like Weaver, it's going to be tough. But he gets ahead in the count. Weaver doesn't want to walk him and face Kinsler. He throws him a fastball, and Elvis makes him jump out of the way. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Big 2-out hit. Really good at bats for Elvis tonight.
Here comes Ian. As Elvis is chased back. Ian with a double his last time up. He scored a run. He shows bunt. And it's outside to make it 1-0. And he gets this bunt down. And he beats it out.
Well, Callaspo saw him fake a bunt, stayed way back at third base. And Ian said, I'm sure to himself, fine, you want to stay back there? I'll take the base hit. We got a guy coming up after me who's hitting .530 with men in scoring position. I'll put a man in scoring position and give another shot at it.
And a quick chat with Weaver out there as Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, comes out. Callaspo had no chance as Ian got that ball to slow down in the thick grass down the third base line.
And basically what Callaspo was saying is, if you want to bunt, I'll give it to you. I'm not moving in. And Ian said, fine, I'll take it.
Michael, 20 of 37 with runners in scoring position. That's 20 hits and 37 tries, and now is try number 38. Elvis Andrus is down there at second base. Ian Kinsler's at first. A couple of out in the inning, one run already in. And there's your updated leaderboard as far as the runs batted in. Michael surges ahead of Adrian with 29. And has a chance to move to at least a tie atop that leaderboard in the American League. He's at 1-1 with Weaver. And he hits this one in the air. Shallow. Coming on in left field is Kendrick, and he makes the play. But the Rangers keep pounding that pitch count for Jared Weaver, and they keep scoring single runs. They did it again in the fifth, and they lead it 3-1. For kids at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Bluebell ice cream sundaes always provide ice cream for kids 13 and under for just $1. And fans can run the bases after the Rangers face the Angels this Sunday afternoon. Reserve your seats at TexasRangers.com. Top of the order here in the top of the 6th inning. Eric Ibar against Alexi Ogando. Ibar with that home run in the 3rd. Gives the Angels their only run, and he shows bunt to start things off here in the 6th. From the sublime to the ridiculous. See his average now at 350. Up a bit from the start.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to bunt. I think he's just taking a strike. Beltre's kind of staring him down at third base. He's way in. He said, if you want to bunt, go ahead. But in case you don't know, I make that play pretty well. Another changeup.
Gets a piece of it, but it's a ball and 2 strikes now. And Alexi appears to be suffering no ill effects from the manicure job done during the half inning. Sliced foul and out of play. Friday the 13th baseball, and the Rangers have not had bad luck on Friday the 13th. They have a winning record on this day, 20 and 14 overall. They've won 4 of the last 6.
Wow. I think this is the best assortment of off-speed pitches Ogando's had all year. He's had good success with his off-speed. Watch out. I almost hit someone in the dugout. But he's thrown more breaking balls and a more variety of off-speed pitches, a lot of changeups, and really been impressive. He's not just a fastball pitcher today by any means. Good assortment of off-speed pitches.
And he's got guys like Ibar just throwing their bat at it.
Yeah, and Ibar's a guy that doesn't strike out very much.
No.
He's hitting 350.
Here comes Abreu. Grounded out last time after walking his first time up. And there's a strike from Alexi. You see part of that great crowd here that will probably eclipse the 45,000 mark, and they love having that camera in their face. It's the paparazzi. Grounded weakly past Alexi. It's going to be a tough play. They don't get him. Infield single for Abreu. Alexi made a good pitch on it.
It made a really good pitch. Just a little dribbler. Couldn't quite get to it. Not as much risk making this kind of throw with a screen in front of the dugout.
Right.
No screen in front of the dugout. Then you probably don't make that throw, because then you risk it going into the dugout and giving the runner an extra base.
As it is, there's a permanent backstop there. It'll almost always give you a friendly bounce. Runner at first for Asturias. And Alexi checks Abreu back. He's got 20 steals in 12 straight seasons.
He's 5 out of 6 this year.
Uh-huh.
He's not as fast as he used to be, but he really knows how to play the game. Tough at bats, good base runner, excellent base stealer.
And Alexi knows it. And checks him back again. Sears hitting .400 on the road this year. That's the top average on the road in the American League. And he's no doubt one of the reasons that the Angels have been so good on the road. Rangers trying to hand him their 8th road loss. They're 12-7 coming in on the road. In there for a strike. That'll make it 1-2. In his career, as Torres is a .268 hitter on the road, so and this one's up the middle. Base hit for Sears, his first, and they're at first and second with 1 out. It'll bring Mike Maddox to the mound. It'll bring Torrey Hunter to the plate. Right between the legs of Ogando and into center field.
He tried to sneak that high fastball by him, but his Torres was ready for it.
Now it'll be broken up by Hallion.
Takes longer to deliver the message to Ogando because it's got to go through a translator.
But message delivered. Mike Maddox headed back to the dugout. And with runners at first and second, Ogando will face the cleanup hitter Hunter. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying he leads Major League Baseball with 12 incidences of grounding into double plays. Tops in the league in that category. Not this time. It's in the air.
I'll take it, though.
Yep. And the runners stay put. It's the second out of the inning as David Murphy makes the play and left.
That's a large number of double plays through 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah. 12.
Not sure what the record is, but I would venture a guess that's on record pace.
And it'll bring up Kendrick, himself a .320 hitter at this point in the year, after .400 average in the last 16 games. Alexis induced 2 ground balls from him thus far, though, one to the shortstop and one to the second baseman.
Kendrick has been hot too, been hitting .400 in over 65 at bats.
This one's hit towards short. Elvis has it. Makes the play to Michael Young, and that will do it. Couple of runners stranded, and the Rangers still lead it. It's 3-1 as Ogando strides off the mound in the middle of the 6th. jackpot is worth $1,900 in dinner for two at a Sonic Drive-In. And tonight the Rangers are hitting for Trey Hudgens of Burleson. If a Ranger hits a grand slam during the inning, Trey Hudgens of Burleson wins $25,000. You can register at any North Texas Sonic. And Mitch Moreland will give Trey Hudgens the first shot at a home run in the Sonic Slam inning. I'm going to make the call, Tom.
All right.
For Trey. On behalf of Trey, I live out near Burleson. For my Burleson brethren, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Moreland did have 2 home runs against Weaver back in October in the same game. October the 1st of 2010. The only guy who hit 2 off Weaver in the same game all of last year. That one's inside, and Mitch is still burning a little bit about having his first career grand slam erased by the rain the other day.
I don't blame him.
I don't either. And he hits this one high, but not deep, to the first baseman.
Well, Mitch will hit plenty of home runs. He's going to knock in plenty of runs, and someday he'll probably forget all about that. But that doesn't take the sting out of that kind of a game, I'll tell you that. You know, a grand slam, great chance to win a ball game.
There was a little confusion in the Rangers clubhouse after the game as to whether or not the stats counted. For a while, Mitch was thinking it did, even though the game was washed out. Adrian pulls that one foul. But all the statistics go away. Rangers have experienced that before, back in 2002 when a game was washed out. Rafael Palmeiro's 1,500th RBI at that time was washed out. That was a game against Kansas City. Swing and a miss by Adrian there. That'll make it 1-2. Weaver misses with that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Adrian Beltre, who struck out his last time up. Who now finds himself 1 RBI behind Michael Young for team leadership. But he hits this one in the air toward the gap in left center field. And he has regained the leadership. He's back into a tie with Michael Young. That's an RBI, because that's a home run for Adrian Beltre. And Trey Hudgens from Burleson is the winner of $1,900 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. Trey Hudgens, you're our Sonic Slam inning winner.
They got Beltre to swing and miss at a changeup for strike 2. It was down and away. Tried another changeup, only this one was belt high and right down the middle of the plate, and it ended up going 400 feet. Trying to throw it down and away. Whoops, right down the middle of the plate.
.412 feet on the home run, and when we talked to Mike Napoli about getting a scouting report on Weaver before the game today, he said you have to hit his mistakes, which is exactly what Adrian Beltre did right there.
It's just what Elvis did in the first inning too.
Sure.
Threw a fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Yep. If you don't miss on the mistakes, you might be in business against him. The Rangers are so far with a 4-1 lead, bottom of the 6th. And David Murphy frustrated as he walks away. Elvis and Adrian comparing the distance of their home runs, no doubt.
somewhere, wherever we're showing this kind of back and forth with the Latin players, Andres is always in the middle of it. Andres Blanco, he may not be the one talking, but his picture is always there.
Yeah, somehow he's egging somebody on.
He's right in between these two guys, listening to every word and probably tossing in his own. See, he's there sitting there watching Adrian now.
Yep. It's a tennis match for him. Now he'll go back to Elvis. See. High in the air. And it looks playable in foul ground. Callaspo back into fair ground to make the play. And that will do it for the Rangers in the 6th, but they get another one from Adrian Beltre, and it pays handsomely for Trey Hudgens, and the Rangers lead at 4-1 after 6. The road, take the Rangers with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Rangers game live or on demand. On your computer or your favorite devices, visit TexasRangers.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Everyone enjoying baseball everywhere here tonight at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, where a three-quarter moon is resting beautifully above Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, and the Rangers have surged out to a 4-1 lead on a guy who won his first 6 games of the season in Jared Weaver. Great to see Alexi Ogando back out there. And that's his 90th pitch of the night.
And Cody Epley had been warming up, which means that he still is. He's definitely ready if the need arises.
Callaspo's 0 for 2 with a line out and a pop out.
Drops that curveball in for a strike. Very impressive demonstration of off-speed pitches tonight for Alexi.
And this one is in for a base hit. Headed towards the corner in left field. David Murphy up with it. In at second base is Callaspo with a leadoff double.
Angels have struck out more than any team in the American League, but they've hit the fastball pretty well. It's been the off-speed pitches which have allowed Alexi to be in this position right now.
He's been very efficient with his pitches again. He hasn't had a 20-pitch inning. The 18-pitch first inning was his high pitch count total thus far. 18, 14, 17, 13, 13, 14. And now it's Conger. He had a single his last time up. Grounded out to the first baseman his first time. He was one of two stranded back in the 5th inning. He swings and misses at that one. Rangers have single runs in each of 4 innings, the 1st, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. And that one's fouled to make it a ball and 2 strikes. Alexi misses with that one. It's 2-2. And there you see the pitch total. Sneaking up on 100. Way more strikes than balls. And now it's a full count to Conger. Trumbo's on deck. Callaspo's on second. The payoff pitch from Ogando. Fouled back.
Love that pitch. 97 miles an hour. That's best fastball he's thrown all day. Right when you think, oh boy, right around 100 pitches. Missed his last start. Blister might be bothering him. He might be getting a little tired. Pops one at 97 miles an hour. He's going for the punch out right there.
Conger got a piece of it, and now we'll do it again. Payoff pitch. In the air. Bourbon has it.
Whoa.
Callaspo stays put.
Where's Callaspo? Must have thought Bourbon had misjudged it. It was going to be in for a hit, because he didn't tag up on that ball. I'm shocked to see him there. Bourbon must have done a little something to his leg going after that ball. But Callaspo, after that long fly ball, still on second base.
Yeah, and it looks like Julio Bourbon is in need of some medical attention out there. He left the game the other night with cramping in his leg, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that it's a similar situation here.
No problems yet. Looks like a cramp or a...
Yeah. Might just be cramping again.
It didn't look like he twisted anything, but it looks like something grabs right there in the back of his hamstring.
Back on the hamstring there. Jamie Reed is the Rangers head trainer. On your right, Julio's left. Of course, Wash with him out there too. He's frustrated, Julio is, that he'll have to come out of there.
Craig Gentry is going to go in and play center field. That's where it's really nice to have a guy like Gentry on your bench, because he's an outstanding defensive player, and you don't lose a beat with Gentry in center field.
He'll get a second to loosen his arm up, and Julio will leave the field. We will get you an update on Julio Bourbon as soon as we can, but it doesn't look like he's limping tremendously now, so maybe it is cramping. Rangers with a 4-1 lead here. One out and a runner on second base in the top of the 7th inning.
Cody Epley is going to come in to pitch. 99 pitches will be it for Alexi, and just another outstanding performance. He really looked like a pitcher tonight.
Ogando, before we talk about Cody Epley, let's say hello again to Julie Dobbs.
Yes, hey John. Well, things are already off to a great start out here at the ballpark, and they look to get a lot better throughout the weekend. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. on the North Lawn. Get here early because there will be a concert performed by Toby Mac, and that's presented by I Am Second. You may have heard Josh Hamilton talking about that concert earlier on the TXA 21 pregame show. And on Sunday, the first 10,000 kids aged 13 and under will receive this red Neftali Police jersey. This is Dylan here. He's a little pitcher himself, so I'm going to let him keep this jersey. But if you come out here on Sunday, you can have this jersey as well. It's compliments of Dr. Pepper and Walgreens. For tickets to either of those games, call 972-RANGERS or visit TexasRangers.com. John?
All right, thank you very much, Julie. Good job. This jersey looks good on him. Probably a good choice to let him keep that one. You need to get your youngster out here to get one of those too. Here's the numbers on Cody. Side-arming right-hander, and he's facing the 8 and 9 hitters in the Angels batting order here in the top of the 7th inning.
Cody's last outing was 5 days ago against the Yankees. That was 1/3 of an inning, 5 hits, a walk, and 6 runs. Well, he's glad to be back out on the mound again. And Ron Washington showing a lot of confidence in him for getting that outing. Put that behind you. And now come back in a big game right here with a 3-run lead, a man on. Arthur Rhodes throwing down in the bullpen. Angels have 6 switch hitters out of their 13 position players. They've got 2 others on the disabled list.
This one's hit towards second. Ian's got it to Michael.
And that's where it comes in handy that Cayaspo did not tag up on that long fly ball to right center field. Had he tagged up, the infield would have been back. Doesn't mean the same ball would have been hit. Different circumstances, might have been a different pitch. But the point is, if he's on third base with 1 out, he's got a great chance to score. As it is, get this out right here, and he stays right out there. Rangers maintain a 4-1 game.
Borges is the batter. Swing and a miss at Epley's first offering, the speedy center fielder for the Angels. He's appeared in all 39 games. The Angels felt good enough about him as a center fielder to move a couple of center fielders, Vernon Wells and Torrey Hunter, to the corners. This one's popped up.
Good job by Cody.
Ian's got it. And that is a nice response from Cody Epley. And the Rangers still lead it. It's 4-1 in the middle of the seventh. Texas Rangers baseball on TXA 21 is brought to you by Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com today. Toyota, moving forward. New pitcher now for the LA Angels of Anaheim. Recalled from Salt Lake City on Wednesday was Kevin Jepson. And then he took his second loss of the season that evening when on an intentional walk he threw a wild pitch.
He can get it up there pretty good, mid-90s with his fastball. He's got a great arm. Occasionally has problems with his command, but if he can ever harness his control, he's a late inning bullpen guy that can really be a benefit to your ball club.
Brings that one at 93. Jorvik swinging to make it 0-2. Craig Gentry is on deck. He represents the top of the order for the Rangers and has replaced Julio Bourbon in the batting order and in center field. This one grounded towards second as Torres has it. And Jorvik is 0 for 3. Six innings pitched for Jared Weaver tonight. He allows 4 runs, all of them earned on 7 hits. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. And there you see Darren Oliver out there. Arthur Rhodes was warming before. Now it's Ollie in the pen. This one's tapped back to Jepson. He makes the play to Mark Trumbo. And here is your Toyota on the road American League Baseball scoreboard. Battle in the Bronx between Boston and New York, and the Red Sox with the lead in the 8th. Detroit rolls on. The Tigers have gotten hot. Won 6 in a row, beat Kansas City. Cleveland beat Seattle by a final of 5-4 tonight. Tampa Bay, how about the Rays moving into first place in the American League East, and they've beaten Baltimore 3-0.
Yeah, they've gone something like 22-7 since starting off the season, Shaky.
Yeah, 0-6, I think they lost, and then awfully good since then. Speaking of awfully good, that's what Elvis has been at the plate tonight. He's got a homer and a single with 2 runs batted in and 3 trips to the plate.
Well, Tampa Bay's got a good young team with good young pitching, and they've got something like 11 of the top, whatever, 80 or 90 picks in this year's draft.
Wow.
They got a chance to have the kind of draft that no team has ever had before.
Slice to right field, and Torrey Hunter makes the play. 1, 2, 3 go the Rangers in the 7th. It's an 8-pitch inning for Kevin Jepson. And we'll play the 8th. Runs for kids. First inning, Elvis Andrus, second home run of the year, makes it 1-0. Rangers get another one on back-to-back doubles in the 4th. It's Ian Kinsler and Michael Young who double in back-to-back variety. And then it's Elvis with another RBI and another hit with a runner in scoring position. Napoli sliding home. And then in the 6th inning, Adrian Beltre with a home run. His second in 3 games, and the Rangers have a 4-1 lead right off the car, not the kid. Bunted foul as we get things started here in the 8th. And we have an update on Julio Bourbon. A left hamstring strain is what it's being called. There will be an MRI tomorrow. Keep our fingers crossed on that.
You know, right now the Rangers have the extra bullpen guy. There's only 3 extra men. And so if Julio's going to miss a few days, they'll only have 2 extra men. Tonight the extra guys were Gentry, Blanco, and Chris Davis.
Davis, who's practiced a little bit in the outfield, but certainly not considered an outfielder by any means. You see Darren Oliver in there to start the 8th inning. And the update on Nelly Cruz is it's looking more and more like he won't come off the disabled list at the earliest date when he's eligible, which is this Thursday. Wash would like to get him 5 rehab starts before he comes off the DL, and he says it's 20 at bats, right around 5, and he won't be doing any rehabbing, no rehab starts this weekend, so there wouldn't be 5 before Thursday. Josh Hamilton is going to go on the road with the Rangers. He took batting practice today for the first time in the cage and felt great. Said he was worried about how his timing would be, but he felt like he was on the ball and his timing was as good as you could expect for a guy who hadn't taken batting practice since April the 12th. Ibar pops it up. Foul ground is Adrian Beltre to make the play. And our old buddy Darren O'Day is back with the team and rehabbing. He's another one who, after hip labrum surgery, says he feels like he could pitch right now. Doctors won't even let him come close, but he feels like he could.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
At some point in time, you have to think he'll be ready to help the ball club this season. It'd be like making a trade for a late inning bullpen guy.
Yep. And he says that hip problem has bothered him off and on for 3 years. So now we'll see what a completely healthy Darren O'Day looks like. Abreu now 1 for 2 officially. And Scott Feldman will make a rehab start in Frisco tomorrow. I talked to Scott today. He's back with the club, back from extended spring. He'll throw 75 pitches for Frisco. And it looks like he is the most likely candidate among those 3 starters who have been working extended spring games, Hunter, Webb, and Feldman. Well, looks like Scott will be the first one eligible to come back to the Major League roster. Fouled off, and it stays 1-2 to Abreu. Feliz warming in the pen.
Darren popped that last fastball at 91 miles an hour, showing he's still got a lot of life left in that arm.
Just inside to make it 2-2, and I'm not sure Fox Tracks will agree. Let's see. Pitch tracks,
corner,
as it were.
Could have been a strike.
Yep. Darren Oliver against Bobby Abreu. And the 2-2 pitch is sliced foul.
Defensive swings, but he's hanging in there.
There you see Trevor Bell warming down there in the Angels pen. Once again, Abreu working the opposing pitcher. 7 pitches already in the at-bat. Darren gets ready to fire number 8, and he does. And that'll make it a full count at 3-2. And the payoff pitch. In the air toward left field. David Murphy has it. And there are 2 away. Here's the Honda flashback moment, and it's Alexi Ogando's night. And what a night it was. 6 in the 3rd for him. 1 run on 5 hits. He strikes out 5. He walks only 1. and Alexi Ogando through 99 pitches, 62 of them for strikes for great deals. Go to shophonda.com. First pitch strike to his Turris. And Ollie's ahead of him, 0-1. He had a single last time up. And this one's in the air towards center field. Gentry coming on. Makes the play. And it's a 1-2-3 8th inning for Darren Oliver. Here come the Rangers in the 8th with Kinsler, Young, and Moreland. Is McDavid Irving Honda, just off 183 in Irving, or log on to HondaIrving.com. What a crowd, 45,995 here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, as they see the Angels go to the bullpen again. It's Trevor Bell this time. Bell, who started the season on 6 consecutive scoreless innings, but then that streak was snapped when he allowed 3 to the White Sox on Monday. Opponents hitting .259 against him, and he'll face the heart of the Rangers order. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters are Kinsler, Young, and Moreland in Ron Washington's newfangled batting order. An order that has worked well. So far, so good. Strike to Ian. Rangers beat Brett Anderson in the A's the first time Ron used this order Tuesday night. This one's grounded to short. Backhand and a long throw by Ibar, but he makes the play. And we check in with Julie Dobbs.
Yes, hey Josh, I am here with Noah Coughlin, and he is running across the country for a very good cause. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why you're taking on such a big feat?
Well, I'm running from San Diego, California, all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida, to raise awareness for a very rare brain disease called Batten disease. It affects about 1,300 kids in the whole world, and the kids start losing their ability to see and to speak and to use their motor skills. And currently there's no cure, so I have 2 friends who have it. I grew up with them, so I decided go big or go home. Let's tell the whole world about this. And now I'm running for all 1,300 families, USA, Canada, Ireland, Australia, United Kingdom, Serbia, and going coast to coast, see the shining sea to tell everybody about it.
That's awesome. Well, good for you. And you obviously have a night off here tonight to enjoy a baseball game. But tell me a little bit about what you have done already and how much you have left to do to get across the country.
The total goal, the total mileage is 2,400 miles. Right now I'm at 1,200 miles. I have 2 months left. So far I've crossed through California, Arizona, New Mexico. I'm halfway through Texas. The next 4 states are Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida.
Great. Well, Noah, thank you very much for what you're doing, and good luck with the rest of the way. John, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Julie, thanks very much. What a great cause. Michael down on strikes. I couldn't talk my family into driving across the United States, much less running. So
that's a pretty awesome kid right there.
And it sounds like a horrible disease. So good for him to help raise some awareness. Here comes Mitch. 2 out now, bottom of the 8th inning. Rangers still leading at 4-1. And Bell misses outside. This is popped up. Foul, but in play for Callaspo, who makes the play. And that'll do it for the Rangers in the 8th inning. 9th inning on tap. Rangers with a 4-1 lead. For 9th inning, and Natural Balance and Petco present Bark in the Park. It's Sunday, May the 29th, when the Rangers host the Royals at 2:05. Special tickets are available in a designated section, so you can bring your dog to the game, but advance registration is required. For complete details to register, go to texasrangers.com/bark in the park. Should be a great time had by all on the last day of a homestand against the Royals. Won't be a heck of a lot better than tonight. There's Chris Davis. He's the new first baseman. And there's the new pitcher.
Matthew going for his 7th save, 2nd since coming back off the disabled list.
He's allowed just 1 run and 10 1/3 this season. First pitch is bunted towards Beltre. Barehand to Davis. Great play.
That's unbelievable. That's one of the most beautiful sights you can see on a baseball field, is him making that play. That ball took a hop. It wasn't a ground ball. He had to barehand it with a hop. He's about 6'2", 6'3", 220 pounds, and watch his athleticism. He gets the leverage by leaning back when he throws, falls backwards, and throws that ball as hard as most guys can throw it going forward.
It defies physics to be on his heels like that and throw it that hard. Speaking of throwing it hard, 93 from Neppy there.
I'd rather see that than watch a home run.
Now it's 0-2 to Kendrick.
It's not like it was even close.
No.
It's like a routine play.
He did get a big smile out of Beltre rightly after that one. The 0-2 pitch. Slice toward right field. Over to make the play is Mitch Moreland. Feliz posted saves in each of the Rangers' 10 wins against the Angels last year. Trying to post another one here today. Callaspo stands in against Feliz. And this one is slammed right back up the middle. And it's back-to-back hits for Callaspo. A double, then a single. And there's a base runner here in the ninth. Here comes Conger. He's got a single in 3 trips. Feliz has got a 2-0 record and 0.67 against the division. This one's fouled back and out of play, right towards us, but falls short. That's 27 games against the American League West. And in those 27, Neppy has a 0.67 ERA. Runner goes. Defensive indifference. And Callaspo's at second. Count is even to Callaspo, or rather to Conger. Callaspo's at second, Conger at the plate. And the 1-1. Foul.
Yeah, that was a changeup at 88 miles an hour. There's probably not quite enough differential between his fastball and his changeup. Conger was right on that one.
So it's 1-2. And the pitch from Feliz misses outside.
99 miles an hour. He let everything go with that one. He was wanting that to be the last pitch of the game.
But it's 2-2. Angels down to their last strike. Ron Washington anxious with anticipation. And that'll run it full.
I'd rather get this guy than see the tying run come to the plate.
$45,995 on their feet here. The payoff popped up and foul, out of play.
Kid's a good looking hitter, boy. He takes a good swing.
And there's Alexi Ogando over there. Chance to get a victory after going 6 1/3 and allowing just 1 run from the solo shot by Ibar. The 3-2 from Feliz on the way. And he walked him. Well, here comes Trumbo. Rookie first baseman for the Angels. And their minor league player of the year last year. Hit .299 in Salt Lake. And the first pitch is fouled off.
And you can't go wrong in this position right now. You throw it 97 miles an hour, low and away. Don't give him anything that he can drive out of the ballpark. Keep it right around the knees, right on the outside corner. You can't go wrong.
Another one fouled back. And it's 0-2. Nefi Feliz's 3rd big league appearance since returning from the disabled list. Michael Young and Alexi Ogando and nearly 50,000 others watching as Feliz readies the 0-2. And the pitch fouled back.
He's hanging in there, but that's all it is hanging in there. Not a kind of swing that you're going to drive the ball. First time up, Trumbo swung at a pitch a little bit high, borderline pitch. It's another possibility. No balls and 2 strikes. But where those pitches are, you just can't go wrong. He's been able to foul them off, but that's about it. He's got good power. 36 home runs last year in AAA. Had 122 RBIs and scored 103 runs. So that's a monster AAA season last year.
Ogando looking to make it 4-0 on the year. The 0-2 pitch from Feliz, fouled back again.
Be careful with that one, boy. That's a hanging curveball right there. He had a good swing at it. You know, a guy that's a little bit behind a fastball is going to be right on that pitch. That's right down the middle of the plate. Got away with one there.
And again, 0-2. Popped him up. Torrealba has it. There you go, boys. Ogando is 4-0 on the year. Feliz with another save. And the Rangers with another victory. They moved to within a half game of the LA Angels of Anaheim in first place. Win number 20 on the year for the Rangers. And there is reason to celebrate at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Back-to-back wins over divisional rivals. And take a look at Feliz. As he points out where it is, Torrealba already knew. And he makes the play. And over in the dugout, some very interested observers. Michael Young and Alexi Ogando.
Good game all the way around. Rangers had the long ball. They played excellent defense. They got outstanding pitching. They continue to play well. They've won 2 straight. Had another one that just didn't last long enough to be a win.
18 straight regular season saves for Feliz, and the Rangers win it 4-1. We're back with more right after this on TXA 21.